Bora lá, gente. Cadê o pessoal?
And more responsive than before.
Opa! Seja bem-vindo, Roberto. Seja bem-vindo, Pedro. Tô zicado muito, o Flamengo. Conversa, pai. Cheguei. Gente, não esquece de deixar o like, não, pessoal. Bora deixar os likes aí na live aí pra ajudar. Estão mostrando aqui já a gameplay aqui do jogo. Será que vai consertar o negócio do cruzamento?
For a better control and responsiveness after reaching top speed. Since launch,
Quer que eu traduza sem um pouco de inglês? Por causa que eu tô estudando agora. Pode ser, tu gosta de puder traduzir.
The goal here is to create a better gameplay balance.
Se tivesse me falado, Togus, eu tinha feito a live. Eu tinha feito a live compartilhada contigo. Torce pra qual time? Pro Flamengo, Pedro. Não desejo mal a ninguém, mas aquele cara que cruza a partida toda, meu Deus. Vou mudar de celular, beleza? Gente, não esquece de deixar o like, não.
For example, if your player is sprinting at full speed down the wing with the defender on his hip and facing away from the box, the cross will most certainly be
Aí,
less
ó.
accurate. In comparison to taking time to set himself up without being under
Tá vendo aí,
pressure.
ó? Tá vendo aí, ó? Tá vendo aí, ó? É nóis, pai. E aí, Salábia, já deixa o like aí, gente. Esquece de deixar o like,
Crossing
não, por
speed has
favor.
also been reduced
Salve,
in
gente.
general to allow defenders
tem
to
Flamengo.
better react and compete in aerial duels.
Cadê o Togus?
You will notice that
Traduz aí pra
crosses
nós,
will come in
Togus.
slower
O Salábia
and with
disse que ia
more
traduzir, não tá
height,
traduzindo
creating
nada.
better gameplay balance. And lastly, I wanted to mention a few other
Ele tava
important
mostrando
quality
aqui a
of life
gameplay já aqui do
improvements
jogo.
and bug fixes included in this April update. Please be sure to check the
Beleza,
gameplay
beleza,
deep dive
valeu.
notes to see the fullest of improvements and more details. Firstly, players in motion without the ball can now slow down faster and react to the play
Bora lá, gente.
happening
Pode deixar
around
um
them.
like aí, Rony. Boa noite, mano. Ô,
You
boa
now
tarde.
access
Boa
your
tarde, Ian.
substitutions directly from the gameplay menu, helping you to make those important decisions faster. We have adjusted all versus attack basic chances to be more challenging
Principais
and
correções de
better
bugs.
reflect their quality. We have adjusted the shot speed in
Beleza,
manager
quem
mode
puder
to
traduzir, vai
better
traduzindo
reflect
aí.
attributes and produce a more realistic experience. We have overall improved our goal replay diversity and also added
Você
2
sabia que
new replay
tem
camera
um
angles,
torneio da
so you can
Champions
relive those
League?
big moments with even more excitement.
Não, depende, mano. Tem, sabia. Eu vou mudar de celular. Beleza, Roberto. E melhorias. Ah, espero que venha melhoria
Now
mesmo.
skip both goal and offside replays in head-to-head matches so you can get back to the action faster. We have also addressed several
Beleza.
issues where sometimes
Show.
your player would not jump or jump too early or even double jump in two-player headed situations. These further add to crossing balance and the ability to defend against them. Also, we have
Melhorias.
addressed the issue of headed passes having a very high and loopy trajectory. Headed passes are now lower and more effective. And that wraps up our gameplay deep dive for this upcoming April update. Here's an overview for you all to summarize the main goals and
Mais
features,
replay de gol.
aiming to provide
Vai
you
ficar
with
bom,
a
mano.
more fun and balanced experience. We look forward to seeing more of your feedback over the next weeks and months. Thank you for being part of this amazing FC Mobile community. Thank you so much, and see you on the pitch.
Ô, fazer a live, mano.
All right. What did we think, chat, of that update from Timo? I'm excited. I think crossing, getting a little bit of an adjustment is well needed, but also passing. I don't know about you, Tack, but I think like more reliable
Vamos
ground
melhorar os
passing, a little
goleiros nos
faster. I
cruzamentos.
think we're going to see
Se
more
espera,
attacking
mano.
opportunities. It'll be fun, I
Absolutely.
think.
Agreed. We've all been there, you know, like maybe the
Passagem
targeting
de
wasn't
imagem
the
melhorada e
intended
criação de
target.
chance. Visão geral
Excited
da
to see.
atualização
Shout out to Timo. He'll probably watch the recording later on. I was watching here the chats on YouTube and Twitch. So thank you guys for the reactions. That was one of the reasons why I was so excited to be here today with you guys. I guess quick announcements before we get into a more broken down
Mas eu vou ficar com o meu antigo.
explanations of
sim,
what we've
entendi,
just shown,
Roberto.
because it's a lot to unpack.
Gente que não
This
deixou o like,
update
deixa o like aí,
is
pessoal, por
coming,
favor.
to FC Mobile on April 9th UTC. All right, guys, and it's going to affect
Talvez sim,
gameplay
essa live.
in all game modes, VSA, head-to-head, manager mode, PvE. So it's going to be global.
Possivelmente pode voltar muito de transferência de treino.
Why don't we start with passing and break down little by little all of the little things that Timo just mentioned here. So passing in general, as we were saying before, sometimes we would feel like targeting was not there. It was a bit sometimes inconsistent. So I think this update will bring a lot of quality to
Passes
chance creation
melhorados.
via passing. Be it, you know, like just targeted passes or through balls. So excited to see, especially in these examples, as you can see, it's a lot more finessey or accurate.
Cadê as
So,
cartas novas?
I
Será que
think
eles
the
vão
goal
mostrar?
is to just lead to better chances, lead to more action. Definitely will make the game a bit more dynamic.
Meu teclado é muito
and
bugado.
ultimately, average chances of scoring will be created.
Yeah, agreed. I think the one to look out for is the
passe
short
boa,
passing
né? É
attribute
verdade.
will mean that you have faster short passes. So right away, I think of the guys like Pirlo,
Beleza,
I think of
Messi.
Lampard, I think of Toni Kroos as really the guys that maybe they're not the fastest players on the
Daniel, né?
pitch, but with this passing update, they're going to be able to really ping the ball a lot
A live
faster
vai ser
and
18
split that
horas, 10
defense like you
horas.
can see with a through ball here. So even someone like a Modric, for example,
Tu tá pensando pra mim,
this passing
Pedro?
attribute is going to be really important for build-up play.
A live que eu vou
And we saw
fazer,
Timo
mano,
go
vai ser
through
das
some video here,
19
so, it's going to be
a
fundamental
quase 10 horas,
for
mano.
build-up play, and we might see kind of a new meta of scoring and how to get into
Ou
those
tu tá
positions.
perguntando da live do...
As well,
daí,
I want to
Brasil.
pull up crossing. Crossing is the big one. I want to show a little bit more on the replay here. But like Timo said, the big one is cross travel time. So that means that the time it takes for the ball to get into the box from a cross has been increased. It's a little slower, which means this gives your center backs more
Olha aí,
time
mano.
to
Bora
get
ver agora aqui, ó.
to the ball and defend.
Ó, o zagueiro tirou.
So this is something that means that crosses aren't like
O zagueiro tirou.
useless. They're still going to be a fundamental part of the game, but that means that putting yourself in
Tirou
a
de
good position
novo.
to make a cross is important, and the player that's making your cross,
O zagueiro tirou de
the
novo,
crossing
mas não viu o goleiro
attribute,
saindo ainda.
will be important. So players that have a high crossing
Tirou de
attribute
novo e o goleiro
will
não
be able
saiu
to make
ainda.
better crosses, and then the weak foot and strong foot will matter. So here's
A
an
do Brasil
example.
você
You're
vai
running down the
transmitir? Vou
wing with
não,
your
sei lá,
right winger,
eu vou
and he's
fazer a
left-footed.
live lá no
But
meu
he
canal
tries to
mesmo.
take a cross with his
Jogando
right foot,
mesmo. E vendo
and
o
he's
time da
off
galera.
balance, and there's a left back that's on his back.
Não, por
pulling
enquanto
at
o
him,
zagueiro só tá
and
tirando,
you
mas
try
o
to
goleiro eu não vi o
cross
goleiro
it
sair
in
do gol
really
ainda.
at a weird angle. That's
Pra
not gonna be
disputar a
good
bola.
cross. So right now the way it's set up is you're gonna have to set yourself, you're gonna have to be a little more open, and then put in a proper cross in with your strong foot. So that's what
melhor,
I'm
né?
excited for, is it's gonna really reduce this amount
Isso,
of like running
cruzadores eu
down the
fui.
wings.
Mano, mas aqui tá. Ainda não tô vendo ainda o que eu vi gente falar, ó. O zagueiro tá tirando a bola, mas o goleiro não veio pra disputa, não. Ele fica parado lá, só se mexendo lá no centro do gol, não, tá vendo? Ele não sai pra disputar a bola que nem nos outros jogos de futebol. E aí, Igor, só de buenas? Boa tarde. Tá vendo? O goleiro não sai, só o zagueiro que tá tirando a bola. O certo seria, além do zagueiro tirar, o goleiro vir também pra disputar. É, tá até melhor, mano. E aí, Ian, só de buenas?
We've got another clip here we can show that wasn't on the update. Do you want to go over this one, Tack?
Olha lá, o zagueiro ele tira.
also ties to crossing in general. A little bit easier to understand what do we mean about auto switch move assistance.
Eu sei, que é replay, mas tipo, era por pelo menos o goleiro sair do gol.
Directional input is going outside of the box, and then
mas assim tá até bom. Eu acho que ele não saiu porque ele viu que o companheiro dele tirou a bola, por isso que ele não foi na bola.
Mispositions a little bit because of the initial direction.
De buenas, só de buenas.
So what's essentially happening here is that now there will be this automatic help for you to keep the defender that's supposed to defend in the box in the contextually right path, even though your direction is going the other way. Because the game is fast, so not everyone can react in time. So as you can see, like the little lines here are the directions that the players.
Gente que não deixou o like ainda, deixa o like aí, pessoal, por favor.
The actually going to the box and trying to defend and try to win the arrow duel there. So that's what we mean by auto switch move assistance. It's a difficult term, but I think with this image here in this video, actually, it's a lot easier to understand. So essentially, you have some help in terms of the direction that your defender should go after you get either an auto
Podia mostrar outro lance diferente.
Arrows.
Eles podiam mostrar outro lance diferente, mano.
Well, before we get into some more of the gameplay details, were there any questions, chat, about crosses, about passing, about auto switch moves?
Gente, não esquece de deixar o like não, pessoal, por favor.
I want to see in chat, did we have any more questions about that?
Cartas.
All right, while we wait for some questions, Tack, also briefly, Timo went over was the player movement. So we don't have any examples really showed outside of the ones he showed. But jog dribble and dynamic sprint dribble, those are ones you're just going to feel in game. Players are going to feel a little smoother. You're going to feel a little bit faster on the ball
sim, entendi agora, Roberto.
Not sprinting. And then when you do sprint, you're going to kick
como é que
forward
tá,
a lot
mano? Só de
faster.
buenas. Já deixa o like aí, mano, pra ajudar o canal.
So, I'm excited to see how my players
Já vai.
dribbling.
Agora a questão dos cruzadores já era, mano. Pra quem tá chegando agora, ele estava mostrando. Acabou de mostrar aqui o zagueiro disputando na bola. Ele não fica mais paradão e melhorou mais um pouquinho, né?
Adjustments to the whole gameplay. So it'll be in head-to-head, it'll be versus attack in just regular matches. Your players will just play based on these adjustments. It's not like their attributes or traits or anything are changing.
Eu tô cuidando da minha irmã, assim, entendo, mano.
Here from Twitch is the auto switch assistance just in crosses or in general. So it's only
os tradutores traduz aí pra nós.
And mostly of them are for airballs.
Mais nova, entendo. Gente, quem estiver chegando agora poder deixar o like, eu agradeço muito, pessoal.
Will the gameplay be the same with 5-star weak foot players with crosses? So yeah, that's a good question. So like I mentioned earlier, crossing with your weak foot reduces the accuracy. So I think 5-star weak foot players will be valuable in the wings because they technically shouldn't see too much. Well, they won't see an error if they're on their left or the right because they have 5-star in each. So that's a very good question. And it'll also be important to look at, is my left winger right-footed? Is my right winger right-footed?
Ela fez 7-3 no meu amigo. Conversa, pai. Ei, Rojão, sei lá, caiu aqui.
So some questions about timing. So we're going to start maintenance time for the update on April 9th UTC. So depending on which region, it could be April 8th. But we'll keep everyone updated via social media posts.
É sério?
Closer to the date, so you guys can.
E ela joga bem assim?
There was another question here that I saw someone ask, is that
o juiz é ruim, podia melhorar o juiz, mano.
Will these crossing and auto switch move assistance also work with through lobbed balls? So this crossing doesn't affect through lobbed balls because it's slightly different. It's a different.
Quem não deixou o like ainda, pessoal, deixa o like.
But I can imagine the
Meu
auto switch
irmão
move
mais novo foi na escola.
might give you a little bit of help if there's a headed ball on one of those lobbed balls, that it might kind of drag you a little bit over. But it's mostly focused on crossing.
Só 8 likes, mano. Era pra estar com mais, mano. Só que teve um problema da live aí que eu tive que começar de novo.
Go quickly through those quality of life changes that Timo went through. We'll pull up the substitutions one here again. I'm interested about this one. Like you guys saw in that video, right? It's going to be right there. Single tap. I'm excited. It'll be a lot easier to make subs.
I gotta be honest, I don't
Por que
think
ele tá
I'm
apontando ali pra
too
troca de
slow.
jogador?
I can never pull off subs there. I usually wait for a halftime or I don't
Quer
know,
deixar o like não, gente, por favor.
set piece. But even though I don't have time to think about it, so probably this will help out the slow guys like me out there.
Ah, se eu bate 50 likes, mano.
Yeah. And then we saw the other
Eles
changes
mudaram o
that
botão
Timo
de
went through.
troca
We probably go through these
dos
pretty
jogadores
quick. There's the
do banco.
skippable goal and offside
Aí eu
replays.
não percebi não,
A
mano.
note is that only the person that scored the goal or committed the
Vocês vão
offside
lançar mais
can
tarde,
skip it.
mano. Bora assistir
So,
aqui a live.
just be a friendly
Agora
player and
tá na
skip your
frente,
offsides.
não dentro daqueles
Yeah,
3
it's,
pontinhos.
Common
Ah, agora,
courtesy out there.
compreendi, mano.
Everybody has a valuable time. I mean, if you
Você
wanna watch
vai
your
com a minha
replay
irmã?
5 times,
Conversa,
sure,
pai.
do it, but
Isso é roubar.
it's common
Roubado.
courtesy, so definitely
No
will
dia
save
que
a
um
lot of
jogador
time. Imagine, like, in
foi
conjunction,
na
all
tarde,
the
mas
skip
eu
replays that we have,
eu fui.
we could be saving,
Gol.
you know, like thousands
Agora
of
o
hours or
homem.
millions of hours in general. The other quality of life changes
Beleza,
that we have
então.
coming are new replay
Por
camera
que a
angles,
live é em inglês?
are all
Porque
nice.
o pessoal
More
da
replay
EA,
changes
mano,
to
eles falam inglês.
Joking.
Yeah, those look really good.
And yeah, true. And
Vai
the
ter a
one that
live em
I was excited
português, só que
was,
mais tarde
the
só.
basic chances. As we
É o
know,
pessoal da EA
throughout their
Brasil.
playing, basic chances, they actually felt quite easy, to be honest, after you got used to you know, like most of them. Unless
Vou
you
deixar
started
o
like
like e
way
me
back.
inscrever. Valeu, Nasa
For
Gomes.
example, the ones
Vai
that
ter
started
live
centrally,
mais tarde no meu canal secundário. Se você puder aparecer lá pra gente jogar ou quiser que eu veja o teu time. Se alguém dos moderadores puder mandar o link pra ele, manda por favor. Nasa, porque eles falam inglês. Conversa, mano.
Yep, for sure. And then manager mode, there's going to be more realistic shot power. Pretty straightforward. Also, let's
botar aquele de qual país mesmo?
Spectator mode to get through quickly. We have the looping header one Timo mentioned. We can just pull that one up again.
Se algum dos moderadores puder mandar o link no chat, eu agradeço muito, viu,
They
gente?
loop a lot, so,
Da China.
good to see
Ah,
this
tá.
change.
Tá explicado
And then actually, while
os olhos
we're
puxados.
going through our last little
China ou
conversation,
Japão, mano? Se decide.
there was the one
Olha,
the
fora,
free kick
China,
camera.
Japão, Coreia, ele é de
Have you
3
guys ever
lugares.
had that instance when you're swiping for a
Aí,
free kick
Nazi
and
Gomes.
somebody's
O
on the
link do
goal
meu
line
canal
defending
secundário é
the
esse aí,
header,
ó.
and then
O
the
Salário
camera
mandou no
angle doesn't
chat.
change, and it just kind of like stays in the free kick camera mode, and you're kind of
O
left
Taki,
looking
ele é
like, where's the ball?
brasileiro,
What do I
mano.
do?
Ele fala
That is
brasileiro, mas ele é
BFS,
descendente de
so
qual país tu
it'll be
gosta, sabe?
adjusted so that it actually comes back to the regular view. And then tag to wrap up, right, was set piece camera preferences.
Exactly. Sometimes you if you either wanted to have like the top view or the actual like back of the player view, it would not save your preference. So every time you started a new match, for example,
Não.
resets.
Se ele fala brasileiro, é claro que ele é do Brasil, né? Mas eu queria saber ele se ele é descendente de qual
Quality
país.
of life changes really interesting. Lots of them are you know, like if you stack them up, it just leads you to a better experience.
Gente que não deixou o like, pessoal, já deixa o like aí. Se puder passar no meu canal
For sure.
secundário, esse link que o
And
Salário
then
mandou no
with
chat.
that, let's get into spectator mode. This is kind of a cool little feature
Vamos ver aqui.
that's in leagues. So the basis of spectator mode,
Liga
guys, is
Master.
that you
É
can
Master
watch
isso
your
ali?
teammates
Liga Master.
play live in FC Mobile. So you can see here in the league screen, you come and you press play match, and you can play against someone in your league. And then from there, it'll be broadcast.
Vai ter Liga
to everybody
Master, é
else
isso que eu
in the
entendi ou
league, so
não?
you can come in and watch Jason take Andrea, or you can
O
take
evento
me,
chega às
myself take on
18h30
Jason.
não, mano. O
Either
evento vai
live or
chegar
also,
provavelmente quarta-feira
recorded
às 10 da
up to
noite, mano,
7
como
days.
sempre.
So it's a fun way to do like league tournaments or like kind of community tournaments, but then also you can
Vamos
rewatch
descer
your
nas
matches.
ligas.
And tack, there's some cool like settings too that we can adjust when watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eu acabei
You
me
can
de uma
pick
semana
between
atrás.
your preferred
Rapada,
camera. You can pick where you're going to display the cursor, or if you're going to display the cursor. Commentary, you can set it on and off. So I think all of this spectator mode in general.
É, o jogo tá bacana, mano.
It's kind of like made.
Quem não deixou o
in a
like,
way
gente, vai
that
deixando o like aí. Estamos com
gives
10 pessoas
agents
assistindo já a live,
tools,
mano.
right? I
Tá
see
bom,
it
tá
actually
bom.
as a tool,
Puder deixar o like,
that
gente, eu
really
agradeço.
just, like, rocket the
Foot draft
the
seria
competitive
top,
scenario
é.
for FC
Acho que não vou vir não esse
Essentially, what we
negócio.
have here is a way of watching
Jogo
matches
da
of
liga.
people because before then, what we would have to do to like keep track of matches that were 1v1 would be to either trust players or like see history. Kind of like was a hurdle. So
Aí no caso essa configuração, né,
a big step forward to just unlocking this beautiful competitiveness that we have in our game. I'm excited because with the tools that were
seguro ele da minha escolinha de fute. Ah, até goleiro.
You could already see a bunch of leagues and tournaments that are organic
beleza,
in the game already. Like doing so well.
Bom
so
seria
I can't
se ele
even imagine
adicionar
how
acréscimo em pênaltis
the
no
community
X1.
will kind of like flourish with this spectator mode that's coming up soon.
Infelizmente a gente não
I
pode
think
ter tudo
this is
que a
just
gente
a
quer,
shout
né?
out to people who are already in head-to-head tournaments. This is going to be a great way to set them up with leagues. Or if you have like a really active league, you can set up tournaments in there. Or if you're not even in the league, here's a nice little
Gente, pode deixar o
incentive to
like,
join
gente,
one,
tá? Com
start
10
your
pessoas
own.
assistindo agora, tá só
Or you
com
can even like
com
have them
8, 9
in
pessoas.
Discord setting them up. I think this is going to be a cool way for people to watch the matches, like you said, and the
Tá falando com minha mãe,
competitiveness to
beleza,
take a
mano,
next
sem
step
problemas.
forward with it. So that as well is coming in the April 9th update next
9
week.
like, gente, pode deixar o like aí,
Like
pessoal.
Tack had mentioned earlier, it's going to be similar to previous updates we've done where there's a little bit of like a maintenance period. We'll have more updates on like exactly when, but expect a bit of a downtime there.
Tem sim,
Tack, was there
Romário. Só que
anything
minha
else
vida
we
tá
need to
cheia,
go
mano.
through for the April update, or are we good to get into
I think we
Centurion?
covered.
Conversa de manhã sagrada, verdade.
I think we're all ready to showcase the next event. And while we prepare ourselves here, I want to hear from chat. What's your favorite part about the April update?
Senão apanha.
Tell us in chat.
Já era,
I'll be
Pedro.
reading it through while we kick it off. Centurions. Wow, what a show we
Deixa o
have
like
today,
não, pessoal,
right?
por favor.
Like the April update would have been a show by itself because it's so full.
Cadê o Nasa Gomes na live? Manda mensagem, mano, por favor.
I mean, we went through a lot. I mean, some people in chat were like, guys, stop the yapping. But you know what? We don't get to yap that often. There's a lot of cool
Apanha na
stuff to
minha
talk
casa é
about,
madeira,
so
conversa.
I'm excited.
Cria uma nova
When you're
liga, não tem
yapping
como criar uma
about
nova
good
liga
stuff,
não, mano.
It's good yapping, right?
Exactly, right?
É verdade, mano. Fica só batendo papo pra gente mostrar as coisas.
All right,
See all
should we
around,
get into
you know,
Centurions?
highlights. Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Let's
definitely.
go. Let's get into it. Quit yapping. Let's get to it.
Bora, vai. Isso, mano. É isso que nós queríamos ver,
Let's
mano.
get into Centurions.
cartas, mano.
Team 1, chat, Ramos, Neymar, Royce. Did you guess it right?
Did you guess it right?
Sérgio Ramos, Neymar, Reus,
Excited about
Gavi.
I'm excited
É
about
de
Neymar.
Militão.
I'm excited about Militão. I'm even excited about Talisca.
Antes Talisca,
Yeah, it's a good lineup.
Falcão,
Of
tem
course,
até o
popular
Falcão.
players, but also some players like Vardy, right? That is this the first player item for Vardy? Antoine? For the
Unless
season?
he's
Finalmente
got
a
like
lista.
Team of the Week,
Talisca,
some other
reconhecimento.
week.
Vem a
I think
carta
this is
dele,
the
Talisca
first
ele até
event
que ele é
item,
bom, mano.
for
E veio com
Vardy,
a
so
carta
he's been a-
94
an
de
FC
G.
Mobile Classic,
Bom,
or
muito
FIFA
bom.
Mobile Classic at that point, but yeah, I think it's good to see him in there.
Pegar
The
o
other one too is
Neymar?
Falcao.
Ah,
It's been
ele,
a
hein,
minute.
Pedro?
I think we saw Falcao last year in Centurions was when he was there, or was it a different program? But he was there last year. It's good to see him come back.
Yeah, he's always a good one. He has he usually has good attributes in game. Usually ends up being a good player in game. Joe Hart there, interesting to see too. Shout out to Weghorst.
Tá me tirando essa live.
For me, highlights Neymar for sure, and Militão. Both are recovering there from injuries. So
Sérgio
it's a good
Ramos
recovery
junto
for them.
com
I think Militão is about
Maldini,
to play some
2,97 pra 102. Conversa, moço.
Yeah. I saw some people in
Sérgio
chat
abaixo, o Sérgio
joking
Ramos tem
about
quanto de altura?
how Weghorst comes in after
Ixi,
the
serve
April
não,
update
então.
for
Eita,
crossing.
merda.
When in previous seasons he was like the guy.
Se fosse
that
pelo menos
everybody
um
would use
89, um
for
88, ainda dá pra usar
crossing
ainda.
headers, and now he comes in at the same time. Actually, you'll
Cadê
get
os
like
likes,
a
gente?
few days with the previous crossing.
Tá com quanto like aí pra vocês?
So you only get maybe like 4 days of Weghorst.
Na próxima semana eles vão dar
headers,
uma
and then
carta
after
de
that,
Sérgio
it's gonna
Ramos
be a little
91 pra todos.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts.
Pena que ele é baixinho.
Yeah, it's funny though. But yeah, I agree. It's a good lineup here of Team One. A lot
Eu
of guys
tenho
coming back from
93 desse
Instagram
de
on top
onda,
row, but
mas
also
9 likes
guys
só.
that
Ei,
have been
Rojão.
around for a long
É
time.
porque tava com 10 pessoas
They
assistindo da
represent
pouco.
what Centurions is about. It's like long-standing players, guys who have hit important milestones. So I'm excited to jump into the game here and show you guys how to earn all these points.
Absolutely. Guys, reminder that Centurions is launched Thursday UTC.
Eu sou criança, tenho
It's a different
1,68.
date from the April update,
Tá,
which
é
is
alto
9
até.
UTC.
Neymar de graça, eles
So let's
não
take a look here
falam.
at this main
Hã?
screen. We got Philip Lahm on the front here. There are
Romário
four
prefere a
kind of
seleção
main
de
icons.
58 a de
Centurions.
2002.
And we'll pop this
Vixe,
open
mano, é
here.
difícil,
Oh, it's
ó.
gonna send me to the final chapter here. Oh, you get a little
Difícil
look
escolha.
at the board. We'll get into that later. But
Spoilers.
yeah, Tack, take us through these icons here.
E
Yeah, absolutely.
6,9.
So what we'll have to do when Centurion starts.
Ah,
Oh, before
já
that,
tô quase da
actually,
altura
let
do
me
Messi.
go with the
Conversa,
basics,
pai.
right? So Centurions
O
last
Messi tem
until May 2nd.
O Messi não tem. O Messi tem
I don't
1,70.
think it's exactly 4 weeks.
1,69. É 1,69, né, o Messi?
UTC, alright?
Mas, pá, não acredito que ele é mais do que eu, não, mano. Eu tenho acho que eu tenho 1,70.
Quests, exchanges, all that you expect from a main event.
Não,
And as you
Roberto,
can
o
see,
evento chega
the
amanhã,
of
mano.
Centurions,
O novo evento chega
you get to
quarta-feira.
pick
Toda quarta-feira chega evento
Zico
novo no
or
Brasil.
Madness Award.
A partir
After
das
you
10
pick,
horas da
your
noite.
choice here,
Eu tenho a altura do
you get
Messi.
to unlock the chapter in which we'll show later. So after the
Zico
first week,
grátis.
which features Zico and Van Nistelrooy,
Olha
you
ele
also
aí.
get to pick between Makelele or Philip Lahm. And each one of those choices have their own chapter with different mechanics, different ways of you to unlock them, right? So, guys, actually, why don't you help
Olha
us
o tanto de
pick
coisas que
here,
o cara tem, mano. Olha o tanto de
Zico
joias que o
and
cara
Van
tem,
Nistelrooy. I
ó.
promise not to bias you too much because I have a clear winner in my head, but which would you choose if you were here with us now?
Vou pegar o
You
Zico
decide,
citado.
chat,
Doido,
based on
conversa, pai.
your choice here will go into that chapter.
Okay, I think there's a clear winner,
Clear winner.
ahead. Yeah. Yeah, can't go wrong with
Zico
Zico.
looks to be
Smith
taking it.
de gra... Hã?
He would be my
Rapaz,
choice,
hoje tem
of course,
Cristiano
but-
Ronaldo 97 grátis. Só por
Alright, so
minuto.
that's
Vão
what we need
começar a
to do
dar
to
por
unlock
volta
the
das
first
12
chapter
horas.
here,
Como assim?
available
A gente falou
on
isso,
the very
Pedro.
first day. There are two more that will be unlocked in the coming weeks. And what you have to do here is play skill games and matches. And what's different this time is
Zico
that
91 já é especialista em
after
forte
you
no
play your skill games
94.
and matches,
Eu
you
queria
get
um MC porque nenhum serve para
progress
mim.
points
Conversa,
there,
Augusto.
and you claim them. But you get one of three, actually,
que me
you get
interessa.
3 different currencies there.
E aí, Rony, só de buenas?
Which are based in passing, speed, and finishing. And
Eles
the thing here is that you
podem
have
usar
actually
grátis?
3 options of
Eu sou
single
funcionário
player
da
items,
EA.
which have boosted
Mentira.
stats,
É que
according to
atualizem.
speed, passing,
Queria o
or
Zico
finishing.
e o
So you get to
Esteiro.
choose between one, and it's basically your own preference, right? The difference
Aí como é que tá o evento? Será que vai ser bom nesse evento?
These 3 different versions of Zico aren't like super different, but depending on your playstyle, for an example, if you want someone
Vai
who
ter
wants to be there in the box, the more
1, 2,
presence,
3,
who
4,
can
5
shooting,
abas.
or if you're a base merchant, you can definitely go with the speed Zico.
No caso do meu Mengão,
So after you get your progress, your 100
eu queria o
progress
Zico,
points,
pai.
you get the
Pra botar no time e botar
currency
a
there,
logo do
and you can use
Mengão,
this triangle there
mano.
to exchange in a 2-by-1 ratio, so you can make sure that you are actually getting the currency that you want based on the version that you want between speed, passing, and finishing.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, Tack, where there's 3 different versions of the Zico. So I kind of want to check out the individual stats right away, just so we can show the difference, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at them. You guys will see that the difference
Para
is not
demorar
like
muito pra dar de
super
novo
big,
Cristiano Ronaldo grátis.
version to version.
Ó o Zico. Zico 94 aí, ó.
We look at the passing one. See, it's slightly different, boosted passing there.
O stat dele tá até bacana, só não
5-5
físico.
as well on weak foot.
Tinha que ter dado mais físico pro cara, mano. 5/5 de perna boa.
Yeah, the comparison here.
A linda, mano. Ô, se eu
The
conseguisse
prime icon
esse
version,
cabroco,
Zico,
velho.
all the three versions here from
Só o físico dele tá
are,
ruim,
are
mano.
better than the prime icon Zico, even though they're the same OVR. So pay attention to the attributes and in-game stats, because it's a good difference.
É verdade, 5 de finta, mano. E quase 5 de fôlego,
I
ele.
don't think they have secondary positions on these though, but the traits
E é
should
de
all be the
graça.
same.
Esse aí que é o de graça. No de graça não era o 91 que tu tava falando?
Yeah, high
Mano,
medium.
o
Yeah, it's
goleiro
just
do
gonna
meu
be the
amigo agarrou
certain
mais que o
attributes,
seu
like
Donnarumma,
passing,
Droid. Conversa,
shooting.
pai.
Pace. So like you said, Tack, you come
Zico
in,
foi mudar meu
claim the
time.
progress from your matches,
E tu fechou do nada, como
skill
assim, pai?
games. If you guys remember Toddy, it was kind of similar to that, where you get this, and then once you hit 100, we're not going to go through and do all these matches, you get your trades points, 100 trades points, and then you come in here, and then there's passing trade points,
Mais 5
there's shooting
grátis.
trades points.
E o Van
You have these
Dessar,
ones here.
96 pra 99. Ah,
And then
cara, tu
from
tá
there,
falando do Van Dessar, pai. O Van
also
Dessar
have
é
it.
um dos melhores goleiros do jogo.
Unlock the different rewards, and once you get right to 5 out of 5,
Claro que ele vai defender
that's
mais do que o
when you
Donnarumma.
claim the Zico of your choice. They all have different
Mano, as
reward
recompensas
totals.
que vão
So it's
dar
gonna be
no
up to you,
evento.
right, Chad, to
Sérgio Ramos,
choose. Who are we
91.
going with? Who would we choose?
O
Shooting,
caminho
passing, or
do jogador
speed?
que
Which
você
Zico are
quiser,
you
2
choosing?
macherando. Oh, bom demais. O CR7
You know
95
what
pra...
I would do?
Hã?
I would wait to see how the new passing with the gameplay update would be to see
Diz
the
que não deixou
value
like,
out
eu
of
vou
it,
deixando like aí pro
because
seu
this
pau,
could
ó.
be the clear choice if the passing
Vou
attributes
pegar o Zico mesmo.
are,
É
you know, like
Zicão,
very
pai.
noticeable.
Zicão, mano.
That's what I would do.
Tem também o
It's a good
goleiro
call to see, like,
reserva
will that
que
extra
agarrou
passing
umas
boost
200
really make
vezes
an
o
impact?
chute do meu
Because like the
PD.
physicality isn't an option, so he's going to be still, was it 68
goleiro é
physicality,
muito.
70? The speed, I'm seeing a lot of people going speed, but
10
I
likes,
don't know,
gente. Quem não
chat.
deixou o like já vai
That
deixando aí
extra
pro salvo, por
passing might be
favor.
worthwhile. But while we see chat decide,
Huh?
we should go into the other chapter here, which is
Que é isso?
Find Centurions.
Sai daí, pai.
That's where we saw the board from Winter
Cadê o
Wildcards. You
Pelé?
guys remember that? But yeah, Attack, if you want to kind of run us through here with like the scout searching, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
goleiro
This
do
is
Barça, né?
similar, very
90 pra
similar
92.
to
Que
you
goleiro é
guys
esse?
that played Winter Wildcards. So you come here, you have an option to play
Neymar
AI
é
match,
perninha, né,
PSA,
Droid?
or
Neymar, né?
head-to-head,
Neymar nem vai
and scout
ver meu
searching
time.
to accumulate points, and once
O
you
goleiro
have
do
the
Barça que
points,
tá
you
falando é
can
Ter Stegen,
exchange
é?
them for rows in the
Prefiro o CR7, mano. Se eu
As you
conseguisse o
can see,
Neymar e
head-to-head
fosse negociar, eu
gives a little
vendia
bit
ele.
more progress than the other types, because well, you're playing against a real player. They're technically
Acho que o Pelé não vai ter carta do
difficult.
Pelé nesse evento não, mano.
Of course,
Eu
you
acho que
can
não.
purchase the scouting
Ele pô até o
points
7.
with FC points.
Ah, sim, é ele, né? O Ter Stegen.
There you go. It functions very similarly. So you got the milestone
Romário,
there
fala.
that you can claim
O Pelé não
after
vem,
four
cara,
rounds
pelo
of it.
menos nesse evento.
And,
Era isso que eu tava
It's got
imaginando.
new rewards. Each of the houses there in the
Olha,
board gives
tá
different
parecendo com o
reward.
tabuleiro lá
And there's,
do evento Coringa de
highlighted
Inverno.
ones with,
Vamos lá,
better
vai vir um
rewards.
tabuleiro de novo, gente.
So,
Yeah, so it's
good
like-
to see
Igual o tabuleiro do
staple,
Coringa de
like a
Inverno.
favorite from the community coming back. I had a lot of fun in Winter Wildcards with this. The rewards were very nice.
Yeah, it was a fun one. And then there's this one for every 4 laps. You also get an extra reward.
Tomar banho
But yeah,
é
like you
igual.
mentioned,
Ah,
every
cara,
day you're
tomar
going
banho
to come in and
faz mais sentido
basically try to get
ele
your
vem
100
naquele
scout points.
outro
Maybe you
evento
just
da
do it
MLS,
with
já que
2
ele já
head-to-head
jogou
wins, or
nos
maybe you just do it
Estados
with
Unidos.
your
É,
PvE
isso é verdade.
matches. But you'll come in and do that. And then you can also,
Ih, negócio de
there's this
demorar,
one here,
pai.
which is
Fica na
you
live
can
aí,
exchange
decidindo.
players for scout points. And
Igualzinho.
then all your scout points go towards the board. So it'll be fun to go through.
É a mesma coisa do
And
evento
they will
ou do tabuleiro lá
have different
do
rewards, like
Coringa de
you saw,
Inverno.
different players. And then here are the rewards for every lap. So after you complete a lap, 1 lap or 3 laps,
Véi, os
You do
moleque
get
é muito
different
sem
options. Here you have the
criatividade.
Mascherano, which
Conversa,
is
pai.
after 3 laps, and it also
E
requires
Rony,
5,000
10 likes só,
gems.
pai.
And then we go all the way down to, again, either a 93, 97,
É
or
verdade,
a
mudaram
million
só a
points,
cor.
and then
A
wrap up
cor e
with
aqui, ó,
this
aqui na frente é um pouquinho
94
diferente, lá não era
untradeable. So
assim.
they're mostly untradeable
Só.
in this row, but at least there's the Mascherano after 3
Cadê os
there.
likes, calabresos?
So it's
Cadê
kind
os
of a
likes, gente?
your
Vamos bater
choice of
pelo
how you
menos
want to play
20
this
hoje.
chapter. You can come in and just do just autoplay those PvE matches, or you can go through it faster and do versus attacker head to head. So really depends, I think, on how much time you want to spend on this one. And then on
Eu
top
sou
of that,
criança,
there's
conversa,
the
pai.
exchange
Ó,
rank.
aqui,
Exchange
o cara não tem
players
nem
once
ponto,
per
mano.
day.
Tinha que ter colocado pelo menos ponto aí pra ele
And
usar
then,
pra
yeah,
nós
we
ver
gotta add
aí.
one for scout points, and then just the
Aí,
regular
ó, o tanto de
offers.
coisas que ele de joia. Eita, lá, sei lá, caiu de novo.
So what do we think, Chad? Are we happy that the board is back?
Yeah, don't take it for granted the boards in the board because they stack up, as we all seen in Winter Wildcards, for example.
É verdade, tem que pegar isso, mano.
I still
Quantos
face
anos? Quantos anos o quê,
Tapsobas,
rapaz?
stacked up Tapsobas here and there.
Hoje tá live na televisão.
in
Beleza,
Iceland,
Roberto,
so,
tamo junto, mano.
It will be interesting to see.
Bora lá, gente, deixa o
I
like
don't
aí,
know if we'll
pessoal. Cadê
see
o
a lot
like?
of
Cadê o
hating
like?
for new houses here. But at least for the other rewards, you might get some interesting untradables. Or there's the Milenkovic. This one actually you might see. If you get a bunch of these 93 Milenkovic's, might actually be worth. But yeah, outside of that,
Coringas de
the other
reverso,
chapters
quase igual, é
unlock
verdade.
on April
Falou
11th
bem,
for the
Daniel.
Machiavellian Lab. So you'll have to wait to see how that looks.
Rapaz, não sei quantos anos o Roberto tem,
Otherwise,
não.
the quests here for Mascherano,
Mas ele
nothing
deve ser bem
that's
novo.
too out of the ordinary here. So just playing the event will get you all of these, and you'll get extra scout points to go through.
Gente, vocês sabem me
And
dizer se
then
o Centuriões vai ser o evento
Star
principal
Pass
do
here,
jogo?
Centurion's Pass. This one is really cool because you have the Javi, Alonso, and you can see he's got the gyroscope with it. And a cool one about this one, chat, right, is you remember there's the Vinny, there's the Son that have this.
Conversa essa nave.
With the
Lá
April
ele,
update, you'll
eu
actually be
tenho
able to
12,
do this
considerando
gyroscope
que eu completo mês
in
que
game too.
vem
So like say you're in a head-to-head match, you score
aniversário.
with
Conversa,
the
pai.
Xabi Alonso. If you move your
12
phone
anos só,
around, you'll actually see
Augusto
the
tem 12, o
gyroscope
Real
in
tem
game.
11.
So very cool player item art.
Secundário. E qual vai ser o evento principal mesmo desse jogo, menino?
Shout out to Xabi Alonso, doing great there, Leverkusen.
Undefeated.
Undefeated? Is he still undefeated? Feels like it's been
Yeah,
years.
like I know, right? They're on like the craziest of runs. Patrick Schick has been scoring in extra time like practically every match. It's been Bayer never loosen. That's what exactly.
Yeah. Tem
49 games. It's been unreal.
Zero é igual. Hã?
The Harry Kane curse is
Aí o passe principal.
Yeah, I mean, Dortmund kind of put the nail in the coffin there. It's all but
A
done.
animação do jogador tá um pouco bugada. 14 eu, tu tem 14.
All right, let's
Conversa,
pull up the
pai.
Xabi Alonso though. Let's take a look at his stats as a CDM.
He's also one of those midfielders that have really high passing stats, but are not usually the fastest ones, right? So I'm really looking forward to see how these archetype of players perform after the April update.
Yeah, look right away. Short passing is 98. Like we mentioned, guys, in the April gameplay update, short passing attribute means faster passes. So
11 like, 11 like.
higher short passing
Valeu,
ratings,
gente, pela
which
força,
means that
gente.
he'll
Quem vai
likely
chegando,
be
deixa o
able to
like.
thread the needle
Vamos bater pelo
on
menos 20
passes.
likes hoje.
And then the other one
Mas
crossing
como que tu
83, that
sabe
is the
disso, sendo
highest.
que nem chegou
But
isso no
again, I
no
think
jogo,
after the
sabe?
gameplay update,
Conversa,
certain
pai.
players that
Evento
maybe didn't
principal.
fit the build
Eu
because of
faço
physicality
torneio do FIFA
might
valendo
more
10 M de coins por mês. Como assim? E como é que vai dar esses coins pra pessoa?
The other one as well, TAC, is challenge mode is the same. There's going to be the weekend challenge mode. There's the daily challenge mode. We won't show it up. It's not super different from the usual. And then
Eu acho que vai ser principal mesmo, mano, aqui, ó.
I'll pull that
Aqui o
up
passo
as
lá do
well.
evento.
Again, pretty straightforward. There's also going to be a special like icon exchange that's going to be coming in. So keep an
Confia,
eye out for
Togus, é
that.
principal. Confia, pode
Otherwise, these are
confiar.
all pretty much the standards with different exchanges coming in at certain points in time.
Yep, similar
other one
to
exchange.
previous
Pode confiar que é
events.
principal.
And yeah, this is the new one that we wanted to show, right, Antoine?
Yeah, the showdown exchanges. So I was curious, chat, how many of you
Eu mando em troca de passe pro ganhador. Pera aí, gente, só um minutinho. Só pausar aqui a live aqui rapidinho.
did the showdown exchanges from last week?
Boa tarde, BK. Seja bem-vindo, mano. Se puder, deixa o like aí, gente, por favor.
Did anybody get
Pera aí, gente,
the
só um minutinho.
+2
Só foi um
on
negócio aqui. Eu vou pausar aqui a live
did
aqui
you just do
rapidinho.
position for.
Vertas, foi mal, gente, foi
I
mal.
remember seeing. Did I see one there? Yeah, I think left mid was a secondary position. Interesting why it's not showing, but in any case, keep an eye out for that. Definitely a versatile player.
Conversa, macho.
And then
Gente, não esquece de deixar o like,
Campos,
não.
chat at 96. What do you think about this one, Tack? Campos at 70
1,84.
centimeters.
Ei, Rojão, mais baixo ainda.
It's definitely a head scratcher there. Stats wise, great, but we know that.
Gente, não esquece de deixar o like, não, pessoal.
In goal.
1,84 é baixinho demais, doido. 13 likes, gente, vamos bater 20.
Yeah, but it's a fun item regardless.
He's a fun item.
And
He's a fun player. If you guys look up his history, it's super interesting. So definitely deserved the spot there.
Ah, aí tá repetindo as cartas, todas repetidas. Eu que tô repetindo a live aí pra vocês verem de novo.
Usually Gavi items don't have the highest of physicality, but dribbling and
Tinha que
passing.
colocar o Almada de MI, mano.
And then short passing guys, 100. This is another player that I think will benefit from the April gameplay update.
Agreed. Even though he doesn't have the highest physical stats, his aggression is really high. So he won't be a hindrance defensive-wise.
Vamos lá, gente. Esquece de deixar o like, não, pessoal.
Robbie Keane here. 98, 99, 98.
Quem estiver chegando aí, seja muito bem-vindo, gente.
Very solid there. Good finishing. Decent physical. But there's a lot of strikers out there in the 96, 95 range. But he is one in that list.
Lembrando que mais tarde tem live no meu canal secundário, Proibido FC 2.0, viu, gente? Era pra ele lançar uma nova carta do Maquelele, coitado, não ganhou uma carta. Conversa, poxa, vai ser difícil.
He has a lot of traits. Barely fits his description. Trady player.
Medium, 4-5. Had good passing stats and decent dribbling. And we'll take a look here at Schweinsteiger, who also had a 96 and Toddy, so not a huge difference here. No secondary position, but keep an eye out for that. Oh, struggling with that.
Ei, eles falaram de transferência de treino ou ainda não? Mas o Luiz Figo não ganha carta já faz tempo.
He is back, chat. Zambrota left back here.
O Thales quer ser bravo.
96 pace, 93 defending, 88 physical.
Será que vai vir transferência de treino, mano? Não acredito não. Isso, Roberto, amanhã, mano, a partir das 10 da noite, que vai chegar a atualização do novo evento.
Very physical, very defending.
Just all around.
Yeah.
Aparentemente essa carta acho que tá melhor do que a outra carta dele.
Let me see if I can. Yeah. Thiago Almada here for MLS. One of the new MLS items is center mid. Let's check. I'm probably. Yeah, he has
Mas pelo visto acho que não vai ter transferência de treino não.
Smooth dribbling on this one. 104 agility.
Thiago Almada é o nome da fera.
Here he is, but I think
Só
people are
poderia
still
ter vindo como
dropping
MI.
dubs when it comes to Zambrota. How many of you who are looking for a new left back are already earmarking Zambrota as the guy? Are you guys looking at Zambrota and going, "Ooh, he's in"?
É porque acho que ele não sabe, mano. Ele começou a jogar tem pouco tempo. Teu gosto. Será que vai vir uma carta do Cristiano Ronaldo? Talvez venha, talvez não. Lâmpada? Oxe, como assim? Olha o Piro.
If you want to take a look, chat, at Pirlo, what are we seeing here? Put in his secondary position. Probably, oh, no secondary position. Hold up a second. Actually, he gets, yeah, he's got CM as a secondary position. It's just not showing up.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he can play CM, guys.
Bora lá, gente, deixando um like aí.
So smooth.
Yeah. He's one of those players when
Agora
he's
dos
on the
moderadores,
pitch.
gente, manda o link do canal secundário de vez em quando aí no chat, por favor.
Oh,
E
yeah.
avisa que vai ter live a partir das 19 horas.
My playstyle too.
Yeah, and then you just
Cadê
look at the
os
sure
like,
passing
mano?
101.
Vamos ver se
He's
bate
one of those
20.
guys where maybe he was overlooked before because of pace and physicality, but I think once the update comes out,
Vai ter live lá, gente, no canal secundário a partir das 19 horas, viu, pessoal? Vai sim, BK, a partir das 6 horas.
Alright, we'll go through Emmanuel Reynoso here from Minnesota United. We've had a really good
Live
start
no
to
meu
the
canal
MLS
secundário,
season.
pessoal, a partir das 19 horas, viu, pessoal?
They are, I think, top 3 in the league at the moment. And then let's check out Jamie Vardy. Let's check out the stats on the Leicester legend, Jamie Vardy himself. 94, 96, 90 dribbling, and 86 physical. What do we think, chat? Dubs? I see a couple dubs there for Vardy.
He's looking good. Looking good.
O Droid vai fazer? Não, mano, eu vou fazer live normal como sempre, mas é 19 horas da noite, live jogando com o pessoal, vendo os times, mas não vou transmitir a live brasileira não. Talvez ele queria saber, gente, se eu ia transmitir a live da EA brasileira.
Aggression is up there as expected. Got here Kai Wagner for Philadelphia Union.
Esse verde aí, aquele que faz a comemoração dentro do carrinho na bandeira LGBT. Conversa, pai, o que é isso? Não tô entendendo.
Look at that. I don't have space in my team.
É de militão aí, olha, de militão.
This guy's looking so good.
The jumping, 103 jumping.
Yeah, it's the pace and the defending stats so high. Pretty good.
Yeah. Also just getting 97 defending, 94 physical. And he's a guy that just plays well. If you've had him in your team before, some guys just defend really well. I've noticed like Vidic is one of those where he's still like lower OVR compared to the kind of the curve, but he still gets in there. I feel like Militao is one of those.
Se tiver agora poder deixar o like, eu agradeço muito, viu, pessoal?
Yeah, he has the jazz.
Já deixa seu comentário aí pra eu saber quem tá assistindo a live.
100%. We got another Brazilian compatriot here with Anderson Talisca.
É detenção, por que detenção?
And this one is no.
Aí, Anderson Talisca.
He is really, really good.
Ooh, somebody was asking walkout animation.
Médio para ataque e alto para defesa.
Just to see how it looks like quickly, and we can do giveaways at the same time.
Yeah, let's try that.
Cara, votaram o Neymar, votaram, infelizmente.
So guys, I was looking at chat and I don't think
ele paga pensão, mas conversa, pai.
Today, right? So I'll explain how giveaways work, right? So unfortunately, people
se você já acabou por aqui as cartas, conversa, mano, vai esperar até terminar a live. E pelo visto ainda não vai vir transferência de treino não, porque eles nem falam nada.
Hashtag into chat there, alright? So I'll give you some time to if you want to switch platforms, but you can keep watching wherever it's more convenient for you.
Seria bom BK se vier essa carta dele de MI. Eu usei ela há um tempo, achei boa demais, mano. Pô, Neymar, nem a última carta dele tinha sido do rival, ele já merecia uma carta.
So drop the hashtag 100. As long as you drop it right now, you're
infelizmente parece que vai ter transferência de treino.
5 winners, and the winners can choose one of the player items that we display today. It could be MLS icons, it could be Centurions player items. So everything is up for grabs. We will chat with the winners later on to get your choice. So good luck to everyone. All you need to do again is drop
porque até agora eles não falaram nada.
Into Twitch chat and you are already participating. So good luck. Guys that are sharing on YouTube, you need to share it on Twitch, alright? For for us to be able to talk with you guys. It's not like we have any favorite platform. It's because Twitch has a DM system and we can speak with you guys because we need to get your choice.
Ó, o pessoal fica só mentindo dizendo que vai ter, que vai ter.
He's Austin FC had a miserable start in the season, but it's my home team here, so gotta keep on cheering for them.
Speaking of home teams, Ryan Gauld, White Caps won over the weekend. I was at the game on Saturday. They came back against Portland. This guy was in the middle of it all. Underrated Scottish player. If you are looking for
Mais gente que não deixou o like ainda, deixa o like aí, pessoal, por favor.
But for giveaways, Tack, I think we're doing any player, right? Any player that is available in the first week of Centurions, or even MLS. If there's any of these icons,
or even MLS.
Want, yeah, any of them. I'm curious, who will people most likely pick? I feel like we'll get a lot of Ramos, Neymar, and I think Zambrota. I could see people picking him.
Caraca, 100 pau. Cara, o cara é 99 de ritmo. Lá, para. Aí ela falou que tá pensando em uma live que eles fizeram, mas não falaram que vão fazer. Ô, tristeza, é pai. Os caras vão ser muito apelão demais, mano.
Because sometimes we cannot message you. So make sure that you're following us so you can get your message. Right, 1 down, 4 more to go. Ooh, wow count. Ooh, you got Royce. Nice.
Royce, guys.
Royce.
É claro que ele ia tirar uma carta boa, né?
PA employee luck.
Yeah, you're always lucky in those, right?
O talento tá diferente mesmo. Sorte nada, mano. Oxi, como sorte, mano. É claro que ele ia tirar uma carta boa.
Nice little sidekick for Royce. We have the second winner ready. It's Krish Thapa. Congratulations, Krish Thapa.
Sim, tenta não, é evento principal.
Nice walkout animation.
Ó, o CR7. Gente que não deixou o like, já vai deixando o like aí, pessoal. Por favor, galerinha, quem estiver chegando agora. Eles não tem carta no FC normal, né? Eu acho. Não lembro.
Right, we have our third winner. That's a tricky username to spell it out. ZX.
Deviam colocar uma característica especial no Neymar. Que se o zagueiro encostar no Neymar, ele simulasse a falta. Ah, tu queria essa, mano? Ia ser top. De ver ele não passa. Tu seria uma bom funcionário. Achei que era o Forlan. Esse não é igual ao outro não das cartas ídolos normal. É verdade. Foi bem parecido. Eu pensava que era a Ico quando ele abriu.
Let's see if I can score a goal quickly with one of the Centurions players before we call it a day.
Cadê os likes? Cadê os likes, gente? Vamos deixar o like aí.
See someone say, Balkan community is ready for spectator mode. That is great to hear.
Oh, yes.
I hope we see some good community
Cadê a
tournaments.
transferência de treino, seus cabros?
Yeah, I was actually talking to one of the organizers of these organic tournaments for FC Mobile from the Balkans. And shout out actually to Soldier. Excited to see what you guys are going to cook up with the spectator mode. All right, last winner is here and ready. It's Gian Grisolia. Congratulations, Gian. You were the 5th and final winner. With this, we wrap up the giveaway today and almost the show. So if you, oh nice, he scored the real actual goal.
Live no canal Segunda a partir das 19 horas, viu, gente? Não se esqueça. Eu tô querendo fazer live lá, na verdade, né?
going to receive a message from the team.
Mostrou não,
asking for
BKzinho?
more information and your choice. So, wow, what a show today.
Gente, falar nisso, espera aí um minutinho aí.
Exactly.
Enquanto vocês vão vendo aí, eu vou dar uma verificada bem aqui no negócio aqui. Opa, estamos com 58 inscritos no canal secundário.
I hope you guys are as excited as we are, both for Centurions, but also for
Pessoal, infelizmente, gente, eu acho que não vai dar pra fazer live lá, não. Ei, Rojão. Se não der pra fazer live lá, gente, vai ser no Droid Game, viu, pessoal, a live.
Together with the gameplay update and spectator mode and more quality of life changes is coming April 9th UTC, depending on your time zone and where you live.
Não tô entendendo que o YouTube não tá me liberando pra fazer live lá.
Updated in social media about maintenance time and overall how the update's going to work.
Looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Yep.
A lot of great things coming, and as always, let us know your feedback with the new gameplay adjustments, for passing, for dribbling, for crossing. We want to see what you guys think.
Aí vai ser no Droid Game mesmo a live, não vai ter jeito.
Same thing with spectator mode, and then Centurions as well. So it's always a fun time being on these shows, and there's so much to share, so many dubs in the chat. It's great. So we'll see you guys in our next show. We don't have the confirmed date yet on that one. But that should be another great one. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming on. Hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. It's been a blast.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you in the next one.
Take care. See you guys.
Oxe, gente, acabou, será? Uai, acabou a live. Oxe, gente, será que a live acabou? Acredito não. Cadê o item de transferência de treino, seus Zé Ruelas? Eles não colocaram não. Ah, a live acabou, mano. Ei, Rojão. Cadê o item de transferência de treino, seus caboclos? Não, mano, não acredito não que eles não colocaram de transferência de treino não, pai. Gente, antes de eu encerrar aqui a live, pessoal, vou aqui explicar uma coisa aqui pra vocês, espera aí. Pessoal, um aviso aqui pra vocês, gente. Espera aí um minutinho pra me explicar aqui uma coisa pra vocês. Vamos lá, gente. Pessoal, eu tô esperando o YouTube liberar para eu poder fazer live no outro canal meu. Até o momento eles não liberaram. Eu fiz a verificação no domingo, fazia 24 horas ontem, na segunda-feira, e não liberou ainda. Então, se daqui por hora da live eu não conseguir fazer live no canal secundário, eu vou fazer live no Droid Game mesmo, viu, pessoal? Vocês compreenderam aí, pessoal? Se não der pra fazer live no canal secundário, eu vou fazer aqui no meu canal mesmo, no Droid Game, quer dizer. Pelo visto, não vai vir de transferência de treino. Esses caboclos são pai, moço. Pois beleza, gente. Muito obrigado aí pela ajuda de vocês. Valeu pela força aí, pessoal. Muito obrigado por tudo. Lembrando que a partir das 19 horas tem live no canal, beleza? Beleza, gente. Eu sou inscrito no canal do Invicto também. Eu me inscrevi no canal do Invicto, me inscrevi no canal do Boys. Até que não foi tão ruim não. 15 likes, era pra ter sido mais, né? Mas fazer o quê? De noite, 7, a partir das 19 horas, viu, pessoal? Sabe, ela vai ter 5 horas então. Não, mano, infelizmente eu vou encerrar aqui, pessoal. Encerrar aqui, vou ficando por aqui mesmo. A partir das 19 horas eu faço live ou no Droid Game ou no Droid FC, beleza? Um dos dois canais eu vou estar fazendo live. Muito obrigado pela presença aí, pessoal. Tenha uma ótima tarde aí pra vocês. E até a próxima live. Até mais tarde, viu, gente? Tamo junto. Valeu pela presença. Vou avisar no grupo, na comunidade do canal e no Instagram. Qualquer coisa eu aviso alguns minutos antes. Valeu, gente. Tamo junto, viu, pessoal? Uma ótima tarde aí pra vocês aí. E até mais tarde, viu? Falou, galerinha. E até a próxima live, galera. Falou e fui. Tamo junto, gente. Valeu pela presença. Valeu. Valeu, Salábia. Valeu, gente. Togu, Salábia, Pedro, BKzinho, Runes, CR7, Roberto, Igor Matheus, a galera toda que apareceu na live. Muito obrigado, gente. Vou ficando por aqui. Amanhã, mais tarde, eu tô de volta com mais live, viu, gente? Tamo junto. Falou e fui. Até a próxima, gente.